Welcome to Continia Document Capture webinar. My name is Mikkel Reesbøll. I'm a Senior Product Specialist at Continia Software. Today we review how to create and configure a document category in Document Capture. We will also be seeing how a drag and drop feature is made available on a list page. Before we really get started, let's see what we have on today's menu. Our session today is based on our demo portal that is available to all partners. We'll be using NAV 2016 with Document Capture 405. Some columns and fact boxes have been adjusted to fit today's webinar. I've already made the basic setup of Document Capture and other areas within standard NAV. The most important subject is, of course, that we're going to create a new document category. We're also going to see how easy we allow users to add files using drag and drop. Later I will give you a glimpse of some of the new features in Document Capture 406. And as Christina told you in the introduction, we'll go through the questions that you have submitted during the webinar. Those of you who work with Document Capture in regards to handling purchase documents are probably already familiar with the document categories and templates, such as invoices and credit notes. It is precisely with this document category that we start today's webinar. Setting up a document category consists of a category card, at least one master template, and multiple source templates. In some cases, an identification template is also associated with the category. If you take a look at the document category purchase, you'll see the basic rules and settings of the template, such as the source table that is linked to the category. At least one master template is associated to the document category. This template contains the setup that subsequent templates are based on. If the documents received from the same source has different layout, it could be an advantage to create multiple master templates. Then the user can choose from the list of master templates when the document is received and registered. It might be used to create an identification template. The purpose of this template is to let Document Capture find the source ID, like the vendor number, that is to have the document attached, more smoothly. An identification template requires a custom developed code unit. For each source ID, in this case the vendor number, the system will automatically create a specific template that fits the document layout and content. The template we are looking at is created to suit the invoice layout of vendor 40,000, US Home Furniture. Please note that the document categories are company specific, which means that the setup of new document category must be done in all the companies where the category is to be used. The easiest way to do this is by exporting the document category using the setup wizard. The setup of document categories in Document Capture is carried out via the menu item Document Categories, located under Departments, Administration, Application Setup, Document Capture. Let's get started creating a new document category. I start by opening the document categories and press New. The document category that I want to create is a category to be used for receiving files from customers such as inquiries and agreements. First, I'll give the category a short name, Customer, and the description, Customer Documents. Then I select Edit in the menu panel, which gives me access to the category card. Now the actual setup of the document category begins. For a source identifier, in this case a customer number, to be associated with the documents that we receive, the category must be assigned to a source table. Document Capture will find the right customer based on the data in this table. I choose Table 18, Customer, as a source table. Document Capture automatically suggests a value in the field Source field. Today it suits me fine that we use the customer number. In the field labeled Source field Name, I choose the name of the customer. For Document Capture to be able to automatically find the right customer, we need to set up one or more identification fields. I choose Name, Address, City, Phone number, VAT number, and the last one, email. The rating for VAT is adjusted to 5. Because the VAT number is a unique value, the increase of the rating will more or less guarantee that the customer identified by Document Capture is the right one for this document. To make the document category become visible in my archive folders, I select that scanning is allowed. This also opens up for receiving files through my desktop scanner. The last thing to be added to the category is a connection endpoint. It is recommended to set up the category to receive documents via email. If Document Capture is configured to use Cloud OCR, this field must be filled out. For our webinar today, I have chosen to use Cloud OCR. I open the connection endpoint field, select New, then I fill out the field code with the desired name, Customer. Then I select Continia Email in the protocol field. Notice that Document Capture automatically creates an address for the connection point. Close the window by pressing OK. To inform the Cloud OCR server of the new document category and the associated connection endpoint, I must remember to export the configuration files. This is done from Document Capture under Application Setup, Export Configuration Files. Now it's time to create a master template. locate the new document category and choose Edit. Navigate to the template panel, and I place my cursor on a blank line. The template must have a name. I call it customer. And in the subsource type, I choose master. Now we need to create fields and adjust a few parameters on the template. This is done by selecting Card in the template panel. We start by setting the language code to English and answer yes. As this document category is not creating any documents in NAV, but only attaching documents to the customers, the show document after registration is set to never. A few code units must also be assigned to the template. These code units are necessary for me to be able to register documents. Document validation is filled out with 60, 85, 580. The register code unit is 60, 85, 700. And register yes no is the code unit 60, 85, 581. A template must, of course, also have a couple of fields. The first field I create is the date of receipt. I choose a short name, receipt date. Sort order is set to 10. In field name, I write the text that the user is to present it with when using the template. In this case, we call the field receipt date. And finally, I set the data type to date. Some further modification are to be done to the field, so I select Card in the panel Fields. When the document is registered, this field must not be empty. Therefore, I enable required checkmark. In addition, the user is not to enter the date. We leave that to Document Capture. By typing today in the field fixed value, Document Capture will automatically use today's date as the receipt date. The second field is a description field. It will be called description. I set the order to 20 and the field name description. As this field will automatically be filled with data from the scanned document, I choose to activate the search for values. The field must also have some captions. Document Capture uses captions to search for document values when we import the documents. In today's webinar, I'll set the following captions. Regarding, concerning, and description. Because the recognized text might contain spaces that we want to keep, I remove the checkmark delete blanks. The last setting that I changed on the template is that this is my default template for the new document category. It is of course possible to have multiple secondary master templates. Now the document category is ready for use. Before we begin to import documents, we must also have a look at how to add drag and drop to the customer list. This is also described in the walkthrough document found in the installation folder. I open my development client and locate the page where I want to add the drag and drop feature. I choose Design and look for the section of fact boxes. Here I add a new line with the type Part and the subtype Page. I'll open the properties and fill in the name field with the following. Document Files Fact Box. Then I fill out Page Part ID with the following. Document Files Fact Box 2. Now we have to add a few lines of code under on after get current record. There we go. The last thing I have to add is a local variable called recref of the type record ref. I close the design window and save the changes. My customer list is now ready to handle documents. Let's take a look at the customer list in NAV. On the right side of the list we can see the new fact box. I'll drag a document into the box and drop it. Now the document is attached to the customer. Now it's time to return to our new document category and take a look at how we receive a document sent to the OCR server by email. Let's turn to our role center so we can keep an eye on our document category. Right now, there's no document ready for import. I will send an email with an attached document and wait for the OCR server to process the email. There we go. While waiting for the mail to be delivered, I take the opportunity to tell you about other email fields on the document category. The archive documents in Cloud OCR is by default set to no. This means that Continia does not store the submitted documents after they are loaded in NAV. If desired, this can be adjusted. Activation of the archive email on document means that the email containing the document is attached to the document in NAV. Then users can see and open the email that was originally sent to Document Capture. Remember to export configuration files after adjusting the email parameters on the document category. Let's return to the role center and see if the email has arrived. The document is ready for import, so I press Import Files. In the document journal, we see that Document Capture has already recognized the data on the document and a customer number has been assigned to the document. I press the Recognize Fields and choose this to create a template. As you can see, both the receipt date and the description field are automatically filled out. The document is marked as OK, and I can register the document without doing any further. Now it's exciting to see if the document is visible on the customer list. Let's take a look. Oh yes, everything looks fine. I can clearly see the file attached via the document category, and also files imported using the drag and drop. This was a review of setting up a new document category in Document Capture 405, as well as adding a document box to the page list. Before we move over to the questions, I'll be spending a moment talking about the next version of Document Capture. The upcoming version of Document Capture contains many updates. I will briefly highlight some of the new features related to document categories and templates. When making changes to a master template or adding new fields on a master template, the user is asked whether the changes should be applied to all other templates that was created from this master template. If the field on the source-specific template has already been changed, the new adjustment on the master template does not affect the specific template. Today, the document folders can be separated by a company code. In Document Capture 406, it is now possible to add a document category code as a part of the document archive path. This makes it easier to look for document files in the file folders. When using Cloud OCR, the documents must be sent to the OCR server by email. In the upcoming release of Document Capture, it is also possible for the user to copy documents to the local PDF folder, and the documents will then automatically be uploaded to the OCR server in the cloud. We expect to release Document Capture version 406 in a few days. So, what have we been through today? First, we examined how to create and set up a document category. Then we added the possibility for the users to take benefit of the drag and drop feature. In this example, I chose the customer list. Later on, we imported a document to the customer list via the new document category. And we also took a brief look at some of the new features in version 406.